Hey everyone, welcome to Waxing Pixels, the Battle Geek Plus podcast. My name is Josh, and with me, as always, I have Heather.
Hi.
Ryan.
Hey.
And Excite Frank.
Let's put a shine on your resolution, people.
Nice.
Motivational right there.
Good one.
So, how's everybody doing?
Halloween! It was amazing! Halloween is so much fun. It's the greatest thing in the world. Yay! Also, my little cousin, him and his friends got jumped and...
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And I don't know, they were hanging out at the local bowling alley, and some kids come up in, full body costumes and shit with, masks and everything, and just started beating the shit out of them. One kid's in the ER.
Holy fuck.
Or he was in the ER, and then he got flown to a different hospital.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so...
That sounds more intense than our Halloween party.
Well, somebody did get arrested at our Halloween party.
Yeah.
It wasn't our party. We were just at a party, and then somebody got arrested.
Yeah, which we weren't even a part of that. It was just kind of all right, guys, let's get ready to leave. And it's all better not. There are cops downstairs, and you don't want to get dragged into whatever drama's going on right outside the door. So let's just wait till they leave. Hey, Mario Kart, anybody?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we've got a lot to talk about this week. Got some fun stuff going on. You guys playing anything good right now? What are you streaming?
So yeah, I'm streaming Civilization 6. Also, I was watching you play Rise of the Tomb Raider on Twitch.
Right.
And so, I kind of noticed you were kind of at the end of the game. So
Yeah.
I kind of got inspired to actually, I got inspired to pick it up again for the Xbox. So I've been playing that, but not, broadcasting it on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I do want to catch up so we can talk about the game on Awesome Video Game Memories.
Of course, yeah. And I just finished playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just got through the story on that. You can find all the archives on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BattleGeekPlus. Yeah, and there's also 15-minute segments that are continuing to be uploaded throughout the whole story progress of the game. Heather, what are you streaming right now?
I'm still on Styx. I just finished... God, the missions on that are so long.
It's only long because you want to collect all the coins.
Well, no, what I mean is, after each area, you go into another area. You don't end up back at the hideout. So, going through 3 areas and then going to the hideout, I'm okay with that. But this last one was 5 full areas.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yes, you're right. I am looking for the coins. Sorry that I give a shit. Granted, this last round, I didn't find all the coins. There was one particular area where I only found 5 of them, and I got ticked off at the layout of the level and the terrible jumping mechanics. Because you know how it is. You latch onto a ledge, and you try to jump to the next one, and you don't make it for whatever reason. Yeah, I died way too many times in one area, and I said, fuck it. Moving on. Don't care. I mean, it's bugging me, but, and I'm also doing it blind now, so I'm at a point in the game that I've never gotten past this point before. And I keep forgetting that I got some upgrades with my clones. I don't really use the clones.
No, I didn't use them either.
So I gotta try to remember to use that. But other than that, that's what I've been streaming. I'm actually... I don't know. This time around, I'm liking it better. I think it's because it's on the PlayStation and it's not with a Logitech controller. So I can definitely see myself playing it in my off time, or not my off time, but in my personal playing game time instead of streaming it, just to see how many Signias I can get, see if I can go through a level without being noticed or not killing anybody. Which some of the levels I'm all how is that even possible? But, I guess we'll see.
Frank, what are you playing?
Currently I'm streaming Poker at the Inventory 2. I'm trying to get an item. I failed to get it last time, but hopefully I'll get it next time.
Okay, cool. And then, is there anything else you're playing?
Let's see, TF2, because it's the Halloween, and they have special holiday events, so that's going on. And
TF, that's Team Fortress.
Team Fortress 2, yes.
Oh, okay.
TF2.
I'm just making sure that I was right.
That's what the majority of the gamer community refers it to, TF2. But I'm also playing Dungeon Defender 2.
Right. I saw you playing a little bit of Rocket League too, didn't I?
No.
No Rocket League?
You were probably thinking of TF2. believe it or not, there is a mode.
There's a racing game mode, right?
It's like a soccer, though.
Yeah. It's basically what it was.
Yeah, because remember, he was playing, and you were all like, oh, he should totally be streaming this, but whatever. And it's like, it's okay, honey, don't worry about it. And then we look over again, and then you were playing the soccer game in that game.
Yeah.
And Josh was like, why isn't he streaming this? And then Josh went in the other room, and he came back, and he sat down, and he looked at the screen, you were still playing that game, and then he looked again, and you weren't playing that soccer game, and you were doing Team Fortress again. He was like, what just happened? So I figured it was the same game.
I thought you were going like alternating back and forth between rounds of Rocket League and Team Fortress 2, and apparently not.
No, so. It's the Halloween event. It's one of the maps where if something is accomplished, then like everyone goes into this mini map, and they gotta like do some stupid stuff like either soccer or like last person standing or whatever.
Still, you should stream that.
Bumper carts.
Hey, people in the comments, like, tell Frank he needs to stream things because he's actually the most entertaining one of us all. Yes. And he just keeps it all to himself like a selfish guy.
And he's always playing like 6 games.
I'm not playing
at the same time.
6 games.
Well, let's see. You've been playing that and Dungeon Defenders and then Poker Night. Like, you'll just randomly turn it on and just start playing without, streaming it. And then you also, like, you randomly pick up those little free games and shit. Like, there was that one, like, Sun Chaser.
Race of the Sun, yeah.
Yeah, you were playing that for a while, and then you were playing, like, Transformers for a while, and I don't know. You're always playing something.
Well, as soon as I get done with Poker Night 2, I'll do Transformers Devastation.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That would be, let's see, that was a free game on PS4 last month, I think, and I did save it to my library. So if you hop on the PS4, go all the way over to the library, you'll find it. You can download it on the PS4, and if you want to stream it through there, you can do it through that or through your computer, whatever you want to do. I'm probably not planning on like picking it up immediately, so do it whichever way you want. And by the time you guys listen to this, I will have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I will start streaming that. Whether that's on my personal channel, Kendamu, or whether that's on Battle Geek Plus, remains to be determined, but in either case, like one hosts the other, so you'll see it no matter what. So anyway, let's move on into some news for this week. First up, we have a look at the 2 new licensed Pro controllers for PS4. Now, I didn't even realize there were going to be Pro controllers for the PS4, but for the extremely competitive tournament gaming type of people, there actually is a couple coming from Razer, and I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, Nacon. I really haven't followed Nacon products a lot. We're kind of a PDP family here. So, but taking a look at these 2 controllers here, you have the one from Razer has extra bumpers and detachable triggers, and a built-in control panel on the front of the controller for all kinds of different things. Trigger stop switches, hair trigger mode, 2 custom profiles that you can switch between, a headphone jack with a dedicated headset volume, and mic mute controls, detachable analog stick rubber caps, and it's compatible with all PS4 systems. That one, it sounds like something like really heavy for like shooters or whatever. And then the Nacon one has the 46-inch amplitude dual analog sticks, enhanced with innovative firmware for advanced esports accuracy and reach. 4 extra shortcut buttons, 8-way directional pad, 4 custom profiles, 2 internal compartments with 6 additional weights, tailored for balance and feel. That's crazy. And compatibility, again, with all PS4 systems. So we got 2 really heavy-duty kind of controllers here. I would say definitely for the shooter fan. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't play anything competitively, so I mean, this is cool and all. I can definitely, like, I know that our friend Francis, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Francis, yeah. Like, he does all those fight tournaments and shit, so I can see him being all over this.
Right. I don't know if he plays with the stick or if he plays with the gamepad.
Controllers. You know, I don't know. I guess I've never really asked. I mean, do you think that these controllers could end up replacing, sticks or?
No, I don't think
No?
I don't think they would replace fight sticks. Especially I'm more familiar with the Street Fighter community than Tekken, but I know that people who come in to play Street Fighter with a gamepad instead of a fight stick, they're kind of a rarity, and it shows that it's possible and it can be done. It's just that most people prefer the sticks, so a better performing controller isn't really going to give you, and that's mainly because with Street Fighter there's sort of a rhythm to how to do your combos and everything, and that rhythm is much more easily achieved with having everything as face buttons that you can hear the clicks and you can hear the rhythm and whatnot, compared to having your hand wrapped around something.
I can see it being easier on the fingers with the joystick pad.
Okay, are you talking about these in general compared to regular PS4 controllers, or compared to fight sticks?
I think compared to regular controllers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually think the Razer one looks like a batarang.
I mean, I guess if you lose, you can take out your opponent that way.
I did always kind of start thinking of it kind of like a batarang ever since the PS3's original controller
Yeah,
design.
I remember that one.
The big old boomerang that nobody liked.
Yeah.
It just took up so much space and did nothing. That was so dumb.
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
glad
like the
they changed
Razer one
that.
looks like something Batman would play video games with.
Yeah, if he played video games, it's all no time for video games. I have to fight crime, justice, Batman, raw.
I bet he plays his own video games to solve all the crime.
Probably he's all and you know what? I bet he's sitting around in the Batcave, and he's all playing Arkham Knight. And he's all this isn't even a riddle. It's a damn race.
Oh, wait. You mean my complaint?
Everybody's complaints.
Oh my god, it was the worst thing ever.
The Riddler just ran out of ideas, so he was just kind of racing game. He was just playing Mario Kart after he escaped from prison, which is kind of I've got an idea. I'm a genius.
Yeah. Ugh, that was depressing. Because I like the Riddler. I've always really liked the character in general. But, reducing him down to, haha, Batman, try to beat this race I built. Fuck off.
Yeah, it was stupid.
So, anyway, any final thoughts on the controllers?
They're a thing that people will probably buy.
Probably people who play shooters. So, anyway, which we don't really, well, except for Frank, we don't really play a whole lot of shooters. And you play with keyboard and mouse when you play Team Fortress, right?
PC Master Race, motherfucker.
Yeah!
I mean,
But,
I would... Go ahead.
driving and action games are, for me, better with the controller, though.
Right.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I understand with the mouse, it's much easier to aim once you kind of get the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
With first person shooters, it's kind of like when you brought over the PlayStation VR, and there was that one game where everything was blocks, and you had to shoot stuff, and you looked around to move your to move your aiming reticle around. I feel like the kind of the freedom of that is more similar to using a mouse instead of using the right analog stick to aim, like when me and Heather do while playing Tomb Raider or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, moving on. So there was a rumor, and I can expect to say that it's probably pretty true. There is a rumor that the Wii U will end production in Japan after its final deadline this year.
And I heard that final deadline might be November 4th.
Oh no!
Oh
Well, we did talk about before how something about the final orders being taken for the Wii U.
Yeah.
We heard about that a while back. So this kind of falls in line with what we've heard before, and probably comes from trustworthy resources. So I would think that, and with the NX coming out as early as March, that the Switch. I still need to get used to calling it the Switch.
I was really confused for a second.
Yeah,
You
I
said
was
the
like,
NX,
you're
and I was
saying
all
the
like,
NX?
the what?
Yeah, no, it's kind of like when the Revolution became the Wii. I still called it the Revolution for a little bit. But the Switch coming out in March, and all of its information being detailed in January, I can see this being sort of the final holiday season for the Wii U.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why else would they're going to make more?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, why continue? Seriously.
Yeah, definitely. Probably not to flood the market or anything like that with two different consoles to choose from and whatnot. When instead you could just be like, well, failing console. See ya. Hey, it's the new hot thing. So, which it is new and it is hot, and I want it so bad.
I want it all over my body.
Yep, I want it too.
Just with gravy.
Not with gravy.
Oh, right. Gravy's bad for electronics, folks.
With liquor.
Liquor's apparently not bad for electronics.
No. Liquor makes electronics awesomer.
Where are you putting the liquor?
In my mouth.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you meant like liquor on the electronics.
No, I'm
Like you were
not.
just kinda
I'm
like-
not like that. I don't do that like that commercial where that. Who's doing that? Somebody's pouring champagne on a
I
phone.
think it's Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, yeah. So
Wow, you ain't no little no more.
no, he's a big Wayne. He's a big Wayne with lots of dreads.
It sounded like you said Big Wang.
Big Wang. He's a big Wang with lots of dreads. A Wang with dreads.
Let's not think about that right now.
That's
Let's
kind of unhygienic.
Think
it
about
sounds.
the new Tomb Raider.
New Tomb Raider game.
I haven't even finished the last Tomb Raider that came out yet.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either, but I will.
And you have no excuse. You got it last year because you're a fucking traitor and you bought an Xbox for it.
And you didn't even fucking finish it.
You
What the
fucking
I will
traitor.
finish it soon.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Gotta make sure we're not advertiser friendly. Anyway, so there is a new Tomb Raider game spotted on a Montreal subway. Sources indicate Eidos Montreal is handling development of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is important because
How did you say that again?
Eidos. E-I-D-O-S. Eidos.
Okay. I thought you said adios.
Adios.
Yes.
Adios, Montreal. like you gotta put like a word in the middle of it, so it's like, adios. That there's Mexico right there. Montreal. It's Canada right there. So you gotta put like something in the middle to make it American. I don't know. Adios, hamburger, Montreal.
Well, if this is true, and if this like developer's job is in jeopardy, he's definitely going to be saying "Adios, Montreal."
Right? well, no. This is there was a screen that leaked on Reddit. Someone's laptop. They had some marketing material for something called Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which, like I said, Eidos Montreal is handling development. And why that's important is because Crystal Dynamics handled the Tomb Raider reboot and Rise of the Tomb Raider. But at the same time, Crystal Dynamics is working on another Tomb Raider title.
So this is a similar situation to what happened with the latest Batman games. We had the Arkham series, but then there was, Origins
Right.
Yeah.
that came out. And that was done by a different company.
Right.
And it was an okay game. It wasn't amazing. The only thing I recall about the game that I thoroughly enjoyed was the boss fight with Slade.
Deathstroke?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the dumbest name for a villain ever in the world. His name is Slade. Okay? Deathstroke, that's stupid. Whoever came up with that, you're stupid. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. His name is Slade. Okay? I always thought Deathstroke was a stupid name, and then when Teen Titans came out, and I started watching that show, because I never read it, I don't know if they gave him a different name in the comics or not.
Well, yeah, Deathstroke, but they didn't want to use a name like that in
In the show. Okay, so they changed it for the show.
Well, they used like Deathstroke, like Batman, Bruce Wayne, Deathstroke, Slade, like.
Yeah, I get it, but my point is that I wasn't sure if that he still had the name Deathstroke in specifically Teen Titan comics or not.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never read Teen Titans.
Yeah.
So, but my point is that I was really excited when I realized that he was in the show and they didn't call him Deathstroke. This is the stupidest name in the fucking world. I don't care if you're the deadliest assassin. That's stupid. Come up with a better fucking name.
No, a lot of the stuff they did in the Teen Titans cartoon actually was pulled from the comics, pretty.
Yeah, they did a really good job, from what I understand.
Really, the biggest difference was they made Terra sort of like a confused, lost, maybe kind of a good guy, or chick. When in the comics, it was like, nope, I was a bitch all along.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw rocks at your face. Yeah. So.
But yeah, so when it comes to the Batman games, the Arkham series, Arkham Origins was done with a different company. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that amazing. the only thing I remember about it, like I said, well, that and the boss fight with Firefly,
Right.
and you were like super impressed that I did so well on it, and I was like, it wasn't that hard, and you're all like, I kept dying, you know.
I don't even remember it.
See, you don't even remember, so I mean, your memory sucks, but still.
My memory is great. It's just very short.
Yeah. Anyway.
Who are you again?
So the fact that there are now two different studios working on two different Tomb Raider titles, I kind of like. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll probably play it, maybe possibly. My biggest thing that I'm hoping is not going to happen is that. Like, I hope to God that they don't do another exclusivity deal, because that was a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah, we
because
had to wait like an extra
we had
year.
to wait an extra fucking year because we weren't going to buy a system. And there were a lot of people who did not buy a system. Not Ryan.
Ryan!
Because Ryan's a consumer whore.
Ryan Molina.
So, I mean, that's probably the only thing that concerns me about the thought of them making a new one. But then it's all like, yay, they're making a new one. It'd be really great if that came out next year, like normal for like all consoles. Like, you know, it should have in the fucking first place. And then, because I haven't even finished playing the new one. Like, I don't know, like 60% through.
Well, you're playing both that and streaming sticks, so
Well,
you know.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of games on your plate right now. Like I was like solely focusing on Tomb Raider, but I was only playing while streaming, so you know there was that sort of thing going on right there.
And it's hard to stream for a long time, just mostly because of that shitty headset we have. It's so uncomfortable.
It's the PS4, the silver headset for the PS4. It was like $30 on Amazon.
There's a reason it was just $30.
Like the only like Ryan, you said yours broke.
Yep, mine broke.
And suddenly it was more comfortable,
Yeah, it was
right?
more comfortable,
It was
yes.
like what was it? Like the middle part snapped a little bit, or
Yep, the middle part completely snapped.
yeah, no. Like I'm like the only one that doesn't like completely hate it. Like even like Frank's all like, yeah, fuck this. So like,
It's an awful headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts my face.
It hurts my ears so bad.
I don't know. Like I have a giant head, and I'm like, this isn't really that big of a deal.
You have
Like,
tiny ears?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to people squeezing on my head in jujitsu in really uncomfortable ways, and so this is just like nothing.
Oh yes, for sticks.
Yes.
The next game coming
Yes.
out for sticks. It will be released this year. 12/31.
Okay, so it's going to be New Year's Eve. All right.
Wait, this year or next year?
This year.
This year?
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Yeah, it was definitely, because whenever we saw it at E3, they said it was definitely going to be released before the end of this year.
Well, normally when something is marked as 12/31, like on any release stuff, like back when I used to work at Best Buy, that usually meant that there was no concrete date for it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Well, I mean, the guy that we spoke to said that,
well, I mean, like the year is usually concrete, but like usually 12/31 is like a placeholder. So like if a game's coming out in 2018, they go, you know, 12/31/2018 when it pops up on certain things where like in the format, like a date has to be put there.
oh, I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't know. I feel like now that I'm playing through Sticks again, I feel like I'm looking forward to actually going through the levels and, like I said, trying to get all the insignias and finding all those damn coins.
Right. This is like what, the third or fourth time you started the game?
Third.
Right. So,
And this is the furthest I've been, so.
well, I mean, hopefully we'll see you get through it. So,
Well, I'm streaming it. That's part of the reason why I decided to stream that game, because it forces me to continue playing.
gotcha. So, anyway, we have one other story tonight which might jump us into a bit of a conversation. And there was an Xbox executive who had recently said that VR feels more like, quote, demos and experiments.
Yep.
And there's not really like full-on experiences yet. We were reading this on GameSpot, and he had stated that, you know, like I said, it feels like demos and experiments, but he said that it was actually absolutely the right thing to have happened, and it's not a criticism, but it should be happening. It's just that it'll take time for VR to develop into something that is more mainstream, has, you know, larger titles for it, has sort of the technology so you're not tethered by a bunch of wires to stuff, that, you know, you have
Oh, that'd be amazing.
more of a free form experience, that utilizes some sort of like wireless HDMI that's like really high quality, or has more computing power in the actual headset itself.
I think that would be great to be able to have a wireless headset, because the biggest thing that I hated about that entire setup was like turning, and then like you have to like kind of make sure the cord wasn't in your way. It kind of pulled you out of it.
I didn't really have a problem with the cord myself.
I did a couple of times.
Not when we played
and
with the
you know,
Oculus.
and you know what? That's a lot of like, well, yeah, with the Oculus, but I'm talking about specifically with the PSVR.
Right, I'm saying with both, I did not have that problem.
Oh well, okay. I didn't try.
Right, I know. But anyway, the PSVR, you said it kind of pulled you out of it because of that.
Yeah, it was just like the way I'd be sitting, like the cords would get caught like in the couch cushions or something, and like I would go to look and I'd have to like pull them out. Or just for the simple sake that if all the cords were kind of just pulled out in front of me, I could feel the weight of the cords if they weren't on the floor. So
Yeah,
okay.
that happens a lot when I play too.
So that pulls you out of it because you feel like you're tethered to stuff?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like the biggest problem I have with it too.
How much have you been playing it since you took it back from us?
I've been playing it quite a bit. I actually played the Until Dawn Rush of Blood demo, which is not as scary as Until They Lie, but I did get like one jump scare out of it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, I do know that that's still a game, not that game, but Until Dawn in general is a game that I still totally want. I still haven't gotten, and because I haven't gotten it, and this game's like 2 fucking years old.
Well, it should be really cheap now.
Yeah, this is true, but the game's already been spoiled for me because of the internet.
Oh.
So, thanks, internet. But then again, like I said, my fault. So
have you been playing any more full games for it?
Actually, I am interested in this game. It's like called Robinsons. It actually comes out next week. It's like a game where you actually explore and like there's dinosaurs in. I want to see dinosaurs in VR.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I know that there was...
Sorry.
I know that there was...
Oh no, we've been hit by copyright.
Good job. Good job. I know that there was a game that was like underwater or something on one of the demos or something.
Well, it's not really much more. It's kind of a game. It kind of isn't. Like you just sit down and just like look around.
And just look around. Yeah.
But it's nice and relaxing though.
Oh, I guess. I don't know. I just remember seeing that being one of the options, and I instantly almost started hyperventilating, and I was like, no. Like that would be a game that would be interesting. Getting Frank to play in VR. Because, water is like your ultimate enemy.
Yes.
You're like, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog or something.
Yeah, there's also a game that's also coming out. It's in VR, but it takes place in the air. I don't know what it's called, but I bet if I play that, I'd freak out. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah, that'd be
because
messed
I'm
up.
afraid of heights.
Huh.
I think next time Frank's like at the pool or something, I'm gonna be all like, just kind of like run outside and be like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's definitely a game I want to get Frank to play.
I just realized how similar that Sonic dying, about to drown music is actually kind of Jaws music.
You just noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
So, I kind of agree with what was said about the VR experience just kind of being very demo and experimenty. I mean, really, like, pretty much, except for Batman, like, everything we touched was a demo.
Well, there was, I don't know, was that heist one, London Heist or whatever, was that a demo or was that like a full...
It was a full game.
It was a full game, okay.
Yeah.
Too bad I didn't finish it,
Right.
because I got irritated with being unable to play unless I was standing. That's another thing, is that... I mean, I know that it's VR and you're supposed to be able to like turn around and interact with the world and whatever, but being tethered, standing up just doesn't make sense because you have to be seriously mindful of your cords, otherwise you're gonna trip and fall on your fucking face and destroy your opticals with the fucking mask. Or, you know, you're gonna rip cords out, you're gonna break furniture, you're gonna break your TV because, you know, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to be tethered to something like that, you really can't be standing while you play. You know, I don't know. It seems impractical and it seems dangerous as balls.
Well, I did have to play Batman standing up, and I still couldn't reach down to the piano.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's because your camera placement as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, my issue was because I was sitting on the couch and everything I needed to reach was like an inch below the level of the couch, and I couldn't obviously go through the couch.
You know, one of the things, when I was playing the Oculus, I don't remember there being like a camera or anything for me to like align with, the same as like the PlayStation camera that we were using.
Oh, I think it's sensors.
Like, I don't...
Well, that would make sense with it being a grand.
Like maybe with...
Well,
are you talking about like external sensors or like standing across from you?
I actually know the HTC Vive. You had to put sensors like all over the room.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, well, like with this, like I don't remember there being like any sort of gear in front of me other than like a monitor for people to like see what I'm doing,
Right.
what I see, and I like I said, I didn't notice. I don't know for sure. People in the comments, if you know enough about the Oculus or whatever, like let me know like how that works, because I don't remember ever having any issues with being able to reach anything. But at the same time, no, I was playing with a controller. I wasn't playing with the Oculus Touch.
Yeah, you were playing with a regular controller.
Right. I mean, I did have to look around to like place where my hands were going to go, but I never had any problems like reaching anything or grabbing anything.
Yeah.
And maybe playing with a controller had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Maybe I kind of feel like if we were actually going to spend money to get a VR system, I would probably say we should save up and get an Oculus. I mean, Max has nothing but good things to say about it. And he was willing to spend the cash for it, so...
Right. We need to, like, go, like, crash his place and, like, mess around with it a little bit.
We should.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because that would be a pretty cool thing. Maybe have him on the show, be all like, hey, talk about the Oculus.
Right,
You know, we're out of Switch news until January. Come on, talk about VR with us. That's the popular thing right now.
Yeah.
So...
well, yeah, I would say VR is basically still brand new.
Oh my god, it's so new.
Yeah, it still has a lot of kinks to
still
work
sticky from coming out of the womb.
Yeah, so yeah, it still has a lot of kinks to work.
You're welcome, Frank.
Your words, I swear.
I know they're so poetic. It's like saying shit that makes Frank makes faces is like when you walk up to somebody that you know hates the word moist. Like, that's what it is. And it's amazing.
This is why we need to start doing the show live with like a webcam looking at us and everything, because it would be just like 10 times more entertaining for people just to see Frank like making his faces the whole time. It's like
It's all he does.
It does not translate into the podcast at all. Like, but on the bright side, like I can freely like make faces at people, and like Heather can like make faces at us when we're like doing things that are gonna make it hard for her to edit, and you know you never end up knowing about it. If, you know, I actually got all the technical stuff down. That way we could still record on Audacity while we do this, and then you could hear all of our stumbles and sneezes and burps and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
That was a Wizard of Oz reference, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for explaining the joke.
Good night.
Just kidding. It's not over. But it is over pretty soon. So I'm at least going to, talk us out of here. So anyway, thank you for listening to Waxing Pixels, the Battle Geek Plus podcast. This podcast comes out on Thursdays every week on your favorite RSS feed or iTunes, and it's also on YouTube. We put it out in segments.
Not next week. We won't be here next week.
What about next week?
Don't we have a party?
In December?
Oh, December. Never mind.
I mean, next month.
I was about to say, are we planning to be dead? Because I didn't get that memo.
Right? Like, did you just cancel it on us? Like, you're going on strike? Is that what's going on?
I am.
So anyway, but yeah, this comes out on Thursdays almost every week. There's going to be a week in December where it's not going to come out because we're going to be at a company party for the company that me and Frank work for. So that'll be
Free
fun.
food.
But other than that, yeah, it comes out on Thursdays, and we also have our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BattleGeekPlus, where you can watch us play games, and the archives of that are on Twitch, and they are released in 15-minute segments daily on YouTube. You could check us out and see what games we're playing. Ryan, what other shows do we have?
And see, we also have awesome video game memories where we talk about all your favorite past and current games. And we also have Battle Geek Plus Arcade Edition where we go to actual arcades and play actual games.
We need to go do that again soon.
Yeah, we should.
You
Yeah.
guys keep saying that, and it keeps not happening.
Well, we still have episodes and stuff, maybe. I don't know.
A small amount, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we have stuff that hasn't come out yet. We do a few at a time and then, stagger them. So we don't want to, overload you with awesomeness. So, I mean...
You might explode!
You don't want to see me play Mario Brothers and Paperboy in the same night.
Ooh.
You will crap your pants and it will be messy, but it'll also smell like rainbows.
Oh, so you bought, what? Poopery?
No, the viewer did.
Oh, okay.
Like, the awesomeness.
I was
make
going to
them
say
crap
shittles.
rainbows.
Shittles?
Oh! You don't say much, but when you do say something. So, anyway, I am getting out of here. My name is Josh. I will talk to you later. Heather?
Well, I'm not going anywhere, so maybe I'll just keep talking. Okay, I lied. Bye.
Ryan?
Later.
And Excite Frank.
Enjoy your pixels getting waxed.